spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the New Mexico Lobos, taking on a team from the AAC, the Florida Atlantic Owls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Lobos will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his spot. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it.
Intercepted by New Mexico. And they'll take over first and 10.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. But a little time, lets it go. Makes his connection. Tackle is made after the first down.
The 3rd down is money down. I got to have guys that come up big, and really nice job of understanding where I'm out on the field to make sure I keep that foot in bounds and get the big first down.
The Lobos have it with a 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Gilmore. Trying to get to it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Owls are marching down the field. The give to the back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Uncorks one. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Man, you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Looking to take a shot. And it's a pick. No, he's out of bounds. Couldn't stay in bounds after catching the ball. It's simply an incomplete pass. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top. Pocket starts to collapse. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Couldn't order better field position for this offense. They go to the ground. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Now on the option. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Lobos!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
The offense set for a first down play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Looking to the big tight end. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the
He lets it fly. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, New Mexico. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Number 82.
That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
0.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return.
1st and 10.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Hit as he throws. Makes a connection. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking to throw, it's Gilmore. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab on the right. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Lobos! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. FIU handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown, and what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Line getting set on second down. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Wide out in motion. Back to pass, it's Gilmore. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. A few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting in the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
He's looking to throw it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Of 11 on the play. Brings up second down.
Good day.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Off the play fake. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. And the Owls in the hurry up. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
To the air. It's Gilmore. Coming after him. Escapes trouble. But he can't get away again. And down he goes. And the trickeration is not so tricky.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch.
What?
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Trying to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
3rd and Africa is extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back and really play pass coverage. You can tell the offense was trying to force it, trying to get that 1st down, makes the big mistake.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're bringing heat.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Tompkins. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? To the air, it's Gilmore. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he's got it. Touchdown, Lobos. They'll try to add another to their lead. Oh, they want the 2, and the holder tries to throw for it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime. He's going for a big play downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Here's the handoff. Shakes off the tackle.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run.
What the fuck on?
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. He'll do it himself. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. With 8 seconds to go in the half, wonder if they'll try to get a big play just to see what happens. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads it downfield. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
Back to throw, it's Gilmore. He'll take another shot here. Reels it in down the left side. And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Florida Atlantic will try to kick it deep and break the seal on this second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Let's see what the Lobos offense is dialed up this time. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Connection to the right.
Oh, shit, he
And
caught
it
that.
is a chunk
That's
play,
crazy.
a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, he has been the go-to guy all game long. He has been lighting up the scoreboard. This defense cannot cover him.
He'll come out throwing on first down. They'll run the screen. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. And the Lobos with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He's off to the races. Touchdown, New Mexico! And the punishment has been extended. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Florida Atlantic races to the line. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He finds his man. And that should be enough to give Florida Atlantic the 1st down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A 3rd and long coming up here. They'll go to the air. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Hey, 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Fires downfield. And he throws another interception. Taking it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
They're going to open this drive with a pass.
Oh my God, this dude is so trash.
Into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
When you get in the red area, as a quarterback, you got to be dialed in. You got to be really sharp, really crisp. You have to play with great timing. The field is so shrunk. Everybody's got such a little area to cover. Fitting in it in tight windows is tough to do, and he failed on that play right there.
Makes the tackle at the
dude
30
just got
10.
Yo, this is
You ain't
crazy.
getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that
All I
one
do is
again.
drop him there.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap. And
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Takes it the other way. The 20. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Lobos!
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. A first down for the offense. Quarterback checking the play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Right down the middle. And that ball is picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
To throw, it's Gilmore. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Great spot to attack there. Right off the turnover, try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover and you get the ball back on offense, attack, attack, attack. Use the momentum. Try to make a big play.
Can find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, they'll take to the air. Getting some heat. Stands in and takes the hit. It's complete. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Touchdown, New Mexico! And the pummeling has started. On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off, needing just a few inches and going up top to get it. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. And that pass is intercepted. Touchdown, Lobos! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
With points for the defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. North Carolina is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Ramses isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game
Oh,
for
my
quarterbacks,
bad.
but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Florida Atlantic gets to the line quickly.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using...
Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. Quarterback on the keeper.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Creates a little room. And they finally run him out of bounds. A huge gain to wrap up the 3rd quarter, and this defense will start the 4th on its heels.
New Mexico, 62. Florida Atlantic, 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's going up top. And he'll make the catch at the 15. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. The ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Lets it fly. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
Get set.
He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback.
What a snag by the defense. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Firing toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Number 82, hauls it in the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
69, Florida Atlantic, 14.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget. Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Ready? Flip it.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that